Welcome to Graya Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD launches Ryzen Pro with Radeon Vega Graphics. So with the launch of the Ryzen Pro with Radeon Vega Graphics, this now introduces almost all of AMD's line throughout on the Pro line there. So now they have the 2700U, the 2500U, and the 2300U for the mobile line, as well as they also have the 2400G, the 2200G, as well as the 2400GE and the 2200GE. So you got the 35 watt parts in the desktop with the GE parts, you got the Gs at the 65 watt, and then you have your 15 watt configurable mobile line as well. So they're now spanning the desktop and mobile line throughout, with your 4 cores and then 4 or 8 threads depending upon which processor you choose. So there's now a wide variety, and now AMD can go head to head with Intel in this as well, because the Pro line is slightly different than the normal consumer line, right? You get a extended 36-month warranty, and there's a little bit more features in there because a lot of ITs want them configurable, easy to access, and a little bit more security on them. So you're getting secure memory encryption or transparent secure memory encryption, secure boot process, trusted application execution, secure production environment. You also have image stability, processor and platform availability. So these are available, I think, for 24 months. Commercial grade quality, enterprise class management, which is huge for just enterprises in general. You're not deploying one machine; you're deploying a lot more than that. And then like I said, the commercial warranty of the 36 months. Now this overall is great. AMD also announced they had partners up there. They had HP, Dell, and Lenovo, as well as they had Windows going and talking about how much that they love AMD and basically the Pro lineup. I think that there's a lot now. A lot of these companies now are starting to look at these processors way more seriously than they have of an AMD product in the past, and that's a great thing, as well as getting more products out there in the marketplace, because now they're starting to become a couple options here for businesses to go through, basically not just through Intel but also AMD, and then choose what the best device is with a competitive processor of both CPU and very powerful GPU side. So you get the competitive CPU side. They can start looking at many different things. Maybe it's a cost savings depending upon what the device is, and maybe it's a way to try something out, at least for a period of time, buy a set of computers so you can test it out. If it works well, you can see a huge rollout over time there for these companies. So that's the one big step. Now this is a huge market that AMD is now entering into, especially with the integrated graphics part of Vega on them, right? Intel's had this market uncontested for many years, and now AMD is going in there and having something at each category in that Pro lineup is going to help them as a whole. Even if they take just a slight part of the market share, that's still going into their pocket where they can reinvest that in to make better products, etc., and for their company. AMD has had some hard times here in the past few years, and now that they're kind of getting moving out of those financial woes that they had from quarter to quarter, they have to pay down their debt, build up cash reserves and stuff, and invest into new products, right? And that's going to be the huge part, is being able to invest as well. So as they kind of get all that figured out, being able to take market share, be at Intel's expense here, but at least they're starting to improve themselves. Now for the competition side of things, I think businesses are going to be happy with the opportunity to have a little bit of competition, so they don't have to pay an arm and a leg just to get a processor. So or a computer that has a certain requirement that they need of processing power, and that's the one huge benefit here as well. I've been on competition from when I started this channel, and I love competition, and so this is the next step, right? So AMD has now moved into this category of competition, so we're going to have this competition of CPUs in all fronts, and that's great, for the consumer. And we're just going to have to see where that goes. Hopefully it's lower prices, better entry, for products and businesses to get into these as well. And one other thing is that security going forward is going to be key for AMD to keep the security up on these processors and keep them up to date. That's going to be one huge thing that I'm going to be watching for as well. I mean, it's a huge thing for Intel as well. We're in a world where it's performance and security, so we're going to see how that goes going forward. But definitely, if you're a business, take a look at this. If you're a consumer, just take a mention of this line and maybe keep track of how this business unit grows for AMD, because if it's going to grow, it's going to provide more R&D spending for them to keep up the competition side against Intel, and that's a good thing. So with that, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to support Graya Overload and help this channel grow. I really appreciate it. It's been great seeing this channel grow, and don't forget, until next time, to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Graya Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe